Good morning, you guys, and welcome to Cup of Joe. I'm your host, Jordy, and today I am joined with
Ian.
We are excited to be here. Hopefully, you guys came out for that MegaSota game night last night. We got a Twins Wednesday for you guys today, and so we got a lot of reasons for you guys to be sticking around, and we're going to be streaming to you live all day long on all those brand new Pilot TVs that have been rolled out to you guys, your Pilot Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, as well as YouTube and Twitch. Our channel names are MegaSota on both.
Yeah, make sure you guys are checking in on those streams as well. Sending in pictures with you and those great new Pilot TVs. Some existing locations that already got those Pilot TVs are Smiley's Tavern, B&L Bar, Moen's Bar, Rodney's Tavern, Oleander Saloon, Big Dog Sports Cafe, as well as the Lamplighter Bar.
Absolutely. So if you're at one of those locations, take a picture with that brand new Pilot TV. But don't you worry if you guys are at a different location that doesn't have one. We have so many of those Pilot TVs getting rolled out to you guys as we speak, and so you guys should be seeing them pretty soon.
Oh yeah, send a picture in with them. We'll send you out some luck for checking in and sending in one of those lovely player picks because we love the player picks.
Absolutely. And in just 30 minutes, right when we get off air, 10 minutes following it, right at 12 o'clock, we're going to be jumping right into that Twins bingo for you guys. And that jackpot has grown over $7,000 after yesterday. It has not gone out yet, so you guys will get 10 opportunities at trying to take that home in those lucky 52 balls or less.
Yeah, then after that, you got the Jackpot 125-cent edition. That minor jackpot is looking good at $79 that you can win in 56 balls or less. Already clicked up from 52 to 56 and only needs another $50. Click up to that $100 mark, and then it will be clicking up from 56 to 60 until it hits that 64 ball mark.
Absolutely. You'll be capping off at 64 balls, but that cash will continue to grow until it gets in one of your guys' pockets. And so it's going to be a lot of fun with a lot of different prizes on the line throughout that 2 hours. So definitely come out for that. But the $1 edition of Jackpot Hunter has the best jackpots on the line for you guys today. You guys definitely need to be trying your hand from 4 to 6 tonight as we play those 23 games of the $1 edition, because we have that major that still has not gone out. It's clicked up to 54 balls or less for you guys, and you guys could be taking home a jackpot of over $29,685.
Ooh, that may be my favorite jackpot of the entire day at 54 balls or less. Super, super exciting stuff. And hey, you should just come out not only for the major prize, because it's a great shot to win the major prize, but you almost it's going to be going out in the first game, the minor jackpot in that game, as it's at 64 balls or less. We rarely see that miss on one game. It may go to a second, but that would be a surprise, while it's sitting at $375.75.
Absolutely. So be primed and ready right when we jump into that at 4 p.m. for you guys, and hopefully you can be like one of our lucky jackpot winners, as we ended up giving out 5 different jackpots just yesterday.
Yeah, a nice day after a pretty slow Monday where we didn't give out a single jackpot. But the first one on Tuesday went out to Thoffy over at Concordia Lanes, taking home $658.
Nicely done. And that second one that went out to Tank over at Shady's Railside, who got to take home $706.
Then we had Mardo 7 over at the Sunset Grill, taking home $892.
Absolutely. And then next up, taking home the biggest jackpot of yesterday, it was JBCL Fire over at JC's Bar and Grill, who got to take home $3,096.
Nice prize for JB. We also had Legion Rob playing at American Legion Moorhead. Only right that he's playing at American Legion, as Legion Bob took home $616 yesterday.
Nicely done to all of our jackpot winners, and you guys can definitely try your hand at all the games we have to offer to try and get some jackpots in your pocket too. But a great way to earn some jackpots is by checking out our eTab games that we offer as well. You can play those at any time. There's no scheduled time that you guys can win. You guys get chances at them all the time, and we give out those jackpots many a day alone. And so, guys, we just released our latest one of the year, our 4th one since getting into 2022, and it has been about, what, 3 weeks now?
Yeah, 3 weeks, I would say so.
Absolutely, and it's called Break the Bank, guys. You guys will absolutely love it. They're super fun characters, and not to mention there is a banker bonus round where you can pick one of the lucky safety deposit boxes in search of that jackpot.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff in that Break the Bank game. And you guys have some great weather happening over in Minnesota, as we're checking in with Eden, Minnesota. And it looks to be high temps as we've been checking in lately with Minnesota. It's been high temps around the board, but it will be a little bit of a rainy one in Eden, as it's going to be partly cloudiness early with scattered showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. A high of 74 degrees with winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, with that chance of rain sitting at a whopping 40%.
Absolutely, and it's going to be clearing up into the nighttime, though, as it is going to be a mainly clear night. But the weather is looking like it's going to be a low of 52 degrees for you guys tonight. But that wind is going to be staying about the same at 10 to 15 miles per hour, so it is going to stay a pretty breezy one.
Yeah, not bad for a day to play some pilot games. I mean, enjoy the warm weather while staying inside away from the rain.
Absolutely.
Seems like the perfect day, and your perfect day gets started off from 12 all the way till 1 o'clock. We got TwinsBingo 25-cent edition that has $7,079 on the line that you can win in 52 balls or less. But outside of that great jackpot that you can win, you can also win some points towards the twiking zone.
Absolutely, and there hasn't really been any shakeups happening in our top 10 player standings in the twiking zone, but we officially have all of the players in the 100,000 point club or higher, so that is super exciting to see.
Yeah, I'd love to see that 100,000 point club grow, and we'll soon start seeing the 200,000 point club grow as we got some players creeping up on that. But some tight races that are happening in 10th and 9th place. We got Elsa and Puba only about 3,000 points away from each other. Really close race there with Elsa in 10th and Puba in 9th. Any other close races that you want to highlight?
Not really. Our closest one is about 6,000 points separating them, and so there's not really any tight-knit races going on.
Yeah, we got that 5,000 point separation between Mikey Wins and GTZ.
That's right.
In 5th and 4th place, and so big-time players, they can make some big-time point jumps, and so I'd be watching out for that as Mikey Wins is in 5th place and GTZ is in 4th.
Absolutely, but our top three has stayed pretty solidified, and in 3rd place we have Simbob over at Bedrock, who sits with 176,000. Second place is Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven with 188,000, and in 1st place, still holding strong, we've got Scrub Eye at VFW Blaine sitting with 246,000.
Oh yeah, some crazy players, but let's talk about the location side of these standings, as we did have some shakeups on this side. One singular shakeup actually, as the 4th place location, Eagles Rochester, gets bumped back to 5th place with 278,000 points, as the former 5th place location scoots up to 4th, and that location is a big-time one, Corner Bar in Goodhue, now with 283,000 points.
That is a huge location throughout all of our games that we offer, and not just this twiking zone, but it is super exciting to see them inching their way up towards these standings as well. But it is going to take a big push if they're going to move up any further, as they sit with exactly 100,000 points separating them from the 3rd place location. Yeah,
American Legion Fridley, 383,000 points, absolutely dominant in this season. 2nd place, we got Corky's Bar South Haven with 473,000 points. And then you get into the 1st place spot, where we're not even sure if they'll be in the 800,000 point club before anybody gets into the 500,000 point club, because VFW Spring Lake Park this season has been crazy in 1st place with 757,000 points.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to see what kind of a total they end the season with, as we are officially in that tail end of season 11. But we'll have to keep on watching and see who you guys are playing out there over at that VFW Spring Lake Park.
Oh yeah, one game that you should try playing is one of our great ETAB games, Cash Chaos. Definitely a fun one. Feels like you're at the computer playing a fun, what would you say, 70s, 80s, 60s video game? I don't know. I don't even know what. I'm so bad with time frames, and so it's a really fun game. Definitely check it out. You can win some really great prizes in the bonus round as well as the 50 different Charitable ETAB games we have, because Cash Chaos is fun in itself. But if that's not really your theme, we have themes for everybody, and you can win huge prizes up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5. There's awesome bonus and free play rounds in those games as well.
Absolutely. Not to mention those extreme lounges that we've been implementing, where you can risk it for the biscuit with a more volatile deck and take home some huge prizes as well.
Oh yeah, love that extreme lounge. I also love the Jackpot 125 cent edition. That's going to be running from 1 all the way till 4 o'clock. There's There's a mega jackpot of $25,000 that you can win in 43 balls or less. A major prize of $2,586 that you can win in 50 balls or less. Not bad there. So you'll be keeping your eye out to see if that can click up. That minor prize, though, should be going out very quickly as it's at $79 at 56 balls or less. Only needs to hit $100 to click up from 56 to 60, and then $150 for it to click up from 60 to 64.
I had to stop myself. I was going to let out a huge sneeze.
Well, honestly, I say just let him go. That's what happens to me. I just put the mic up and then I just let him rip.
I don't want to blow out the mic.
Yeah, that's the only thing. You got to worry about the mic because you may end up just blowing out the speakers at the bar location too if they got our volume up. But we do have some more games to go over after that Jackpot 125 cent edition that runs from 1 all the way till 4 o'clock.
Absolutely. It's a great warm-up as we jump into our happy hour show where we're going to be back in Better Than Ever live again with you guys right at 4 p.m. going all the way to 6 p.m. when we start off with that first game of Lucky 4 Bingo where you guys will get that opportunity at over $14,560 on the line. But don't worry if it doesn't go out in that first round at 4. You'll get that second opportunity at 6 p.m. But sandwiched right in the middle of those two games are the 23 games of the $1 edition of Jackpot Hunter that definitely has the best jackpots available today.
Oh, yeah. It's a meaty sandwich right now as that Jackpot Hunter from 4 to 6 has the major and minor prize very doable. And we just watched the mega prize click up in ball count. $100,000 on that mega for 44 balls or less to win it. That major prize, $29,685. I've already claimed it as my favorite jackpot of the day. 54 balls or less to win. And then that minor prize should be going out in game number 1 of Jackpot Hunter. If not, I would bet my life that it goes out by game number 2.
Bet your life.
Yeah, I'll even put that kind of stakes on it as $375 you can win in 64 balls or less.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great one, so you guys definitely want to come out for that, especially because while you guys are earning that cash, you're earning some points towards the Jackpot Hunter standings as well, and we actually had some shakeups happen.
Yeah, and the more I think about betting my life, I'm going to take that back. It just feels a bit risky right now.
I was going to say, that's a big
bet.
bet.
So, I got a lot of life left, I feel like. So I'll take that back. I'll bet my favorite football card on it. There. That feels a little less risky and more doable. Putting a lot on it. But let's talk about those Jackpot Hunter standings as there were some shakeups that happened.
Absolutely. We have been watching this tie happening in that 6th place spot for quite some time now, and we officially have seen it broken up as 2A Girl was able to get out ahead of Brother Nat, who's still sitting with 59,000. Now 2A Girl is sitting with 60,000, trying to close that gap between her and Kev, trying to move ahead as Kev only sits with 61,000 right ahead of her.
Yeah, definitely some crazy shakeups there. We do have, just such a close race between 4th all the way to 8th place, I feel like. They all could get some big shakeups as there's only 5,000 points separating 8th from 4th place. But our top 3 do sit the same, no shakeups. We got Not Lucky at American Legion Fridley with 83,000 points. With 122,000 points in 2nd place, we got Bowl at Corner Bar and Goodhue. And in 1st place, it's Bobo at Corner Bar and Goodhue with 149,000 points.
Absolutely, but as we see that tie get broken up in our player standings, we watch a tie form in the location standings. Our 10th place location, American Legion Fridley, was able to push back Billy's Rockford back to 10th place as they moved up not just into 9th, but into a tie in 8th place between them and the Tasty Pizza Hanger 45.
Wow, what a shakeup there. Big movement for American Legion Fridley. We'll see if they can get into the 100,000 point club as pretty much everyone outside of Billy's Rockford in 10th place is in the 90,000 points or already in that club or higher. So we'll see if those things can happen during the week. But our top 3 did stay the same as there's some pretty sizable gaps between each of these locations. In 3rd place, we got Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 190,000 points. With 224,000 points in 2nd place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park. And in 1st place, it's Corner Bar and Goodhue with 387,000 points.
Absolutely, but you guys are earning those points during the $1 edition of Jackpot Hunter. Following that, we have that 2nd round of Lucky 4 Bingo, and then we hop right into Skull Bingo. You'll have an hour once we jump in at 6 p.m. and then an hour after after that Wild Wednesday tonight, and so you guys definitely want to be there for that. But during that 6 to 7 span, and then again from 9 to 10, you guys will get a chance at a coverall prize that's sitting at about $2,379 in 50 balls or less, a large frame starting out the day at $55 at 43 balls or less, and a line price at $69 and 10 balls or less for you guys.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff on that Skull Bingo, and we have even better stuff in our Wild Wednesday that's happening tonight, interrupting that Skull Bingo. You got that running from 7 all the way till 9 o'clock every single Wednesday. Me and Jordy are going to be here this week trying to give out a bunch of PGL points, a bunch of PGL money, as well as a Jackpot Jungle coverall grand finale that you can take home $12,325 if you win it in 52 balls or less. But the kicker is it's only on a 25-cent card, so super cheap to buy those cards, and you can win some huge cash.
Absolutely, but if you want to play the $1 edition of that Jackpot Jungle, Tuesday night is the night for you to come out. We just finished off that MegaSota game night last night, but next week you can check that out at 6:40 like it happens each and every Tuesday. It's a ton of fun, and it's your only opportunity to see Tony and Nikki taking the helm and trying to give out those jackpots.
Oh, yeah, we love MegaSota game night, and we love it when players get signed up at PGL.world because that's how they earn points on those nights. PGL players don't only just compete for points, they also have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has so much great information in it. And probably my favorite part of you guys getting signed up at PGL.world is that we get to highlight all the great names that you guys come up with while getting signed up.
Absolutely, and a couple of those players who did just that were Raygun, CatGrill87, Burrows, all in all caps, the TJ, NS1413, Chicken Dinner, Pete, HDS, Vivium, Wildlife97, Number One Mom, Chapster, Regs, Mac, and Mac MC.
Definitely some great names out there. Even one of the names being the name of the former restaurant that your dad owned. Burrows.
Yes, it was just spelled very different.
Oh, very, very different. No, it's very, very different. But it does remind me every time I read of it that your dad owned a restaurant named Burrows.
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever made the correlation.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's surprising. But, hey, we got some PGL standings to get into as the players who have already signed up at PGL.world have been competing all season long to accumulate mass amounts of points.
Absolutely, but there was only one real shakeup that happened just from yesterday, and that was because our 6th and 7th place players did a little switcheroo. It was Nixon and Sarah Honey who were only about 100 points separating them. Nixon was able to come out and get some wins, and now sits with 1,209,000, moving up to that 6th place spot, pushing Sarah Honey back.
Good job to Nixon. Our top 3 did stay the same with no real challenges to their standings. As in 3rd place, we got Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon with 1,742,000 points. Then in 2nd place, we got Keith over at Billy's Rockford. Now, Wednesdays are usually Keith's night where he earns a lot of points, so we'll see if he can close that gap between him and the number 1 player. But right now, he's at 2,004,440 points. That number 1 player with 2,200,950 points. I mean, killing it so far this season, and extended to his lead over yesterday. It's Bam Bam over at Stewartville Legion Post.
Absolutely. They were able to accumulate those points. Keith did not accumulate any points after last night, and so tonight it was definitely going to be the night that he's going to have to play a little bit of catch up. But on the location side of things, there was some shakeups happening in here as well, as we had our 7th and 8th place locations doing a little switcheroo. And if you couldn't guess the location by now, it's Leo's Sports Bar in Mazeppa. They were pushed back to 8th place as VFW Northfield was able to move up into that 7th place spot.
Yeah, good job to both those locations. The other shakeup was Neeson's Gaylord getting bumped back, actually. Former 3rd place location. Now in probably about, 3 weeks, went from 3rd place all the way back to 6th place with 4,988,000 points. Is on the brink of getting into that 500,000 point club the past 3 weeks. But moving up from 6th into 5th has been the late riser that has came into the standings in crazy fashion, as Poppers in Virginia now has 4,903,000 points.
I might have done a typo on that and forgot to update it.
Yes, we'll check in to get Poppers of Virginia's full total when we get into that Twins bingo. But our top 3 locations sit the same. As third place, we got Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter in the 5 million point club with 5,297,000 points, barely in front of American Legion Cleveland in fourth place. Second place, we got Billy's Rockford with 6,303,000 points. And in first place, we got Third Rail Bar and Grill in Big Lake with 6,933,000 points.
Absolutely. I did not update Poppers in Virginia's point total. They are actually in the 5 million point club now, as they sit with 5,227,839 points.
Wow, they're even going to make it a race, a 3-way race between Poppers of Virginia, American Legion Cleveland, and Blasco's Embassy Bar, all tight-knit in that 5,200,000 point class.
Absolutely. They are all neck and neck right now. But if you guys want to stay in the know about all things Pilot Games, our Facebook page is the place to be. You can give us a follow and like, keep up with all of our weekly bingo schedules, event details, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more. If you're new to Pilot Games, that link tree will be your best friend. It's got direct links to all of our streams, social medias, as well as all the locations around Minnesota where you can play Pilot Games.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there. And we have a great player spotlight to get into, as Mark over at Albany Bowling Center took home $75,849 over the weekend. And Mark, as well as all the other players playing at Albany Bowling Center, are supporting a great charity, the Albany Lions Club. Their mission is Together Our Foundation and Lions are helping communities following natural disasters by providing for immediate needs such as food, water, clothing, and medical supplies, and aiding in long-term reconstruction.
Absolutely. And guys, remember, each location that you guys play at supports an even better charity. Take that into consideration in just 10 minutes when you guys are hopping into that Twins bingo. And remember, when you play Pilot Games, your community wins.
See you in a sec. There it is. 53 balls.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Hey guys, and we are here for a little bit of Twins Bingo. $7,150 of total prizes available, and you guys got 35 seconds to get enrolled in this one. And we're streaming live on the Pilot TV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both those. So make sure you guys are checking in and letting us know what's happening, what drink you're drinking, what location you're playing at, so we can shoot you out some luck so that you can maybe win this great prize of $7 grand.
That's something I'm always curious about. It's like what's someone's like usual go-to drink when they go out.
That's what I always like to know because I don't have one.
No.
I don't have a regular drink that I go out
we don't
with.
enjoy alcohol enough to have that.
Exactly. And so I want you guys to give me, it's a way for me to get suggestions so that when I go to the bar, I can confidently say whatever it is.
Yes.
And then look like I know what I'm drinking. And then I'm just ordering what you guys got. And then I'm just blindly trusting your judgment.
I think that would be so fun if we just got like a list of like our fans' like favorite drinks and tried them.
Oh, I would totally do that.
Because I'm a sucker for the classic. What do you recommend?
Exactly. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And so I would love it if I got player recommendations on for the next time I go out to drink.
Absolutely. But we already have a winner as Spazwell over at the Gas Can Bar and Grill is taking home that first line prize of the day, $8 going in your pocket.
Yeah, but we were talking about bars and going out to them and everything like that. And we got some brand new TVs that are going out to some existing Pilot Games locations. And those locations are Smiley's Tavern, B&L Bar, Moen's Bar, Rodney Rodney's Tavern, Oleander Saloon, Big Dog Sports Cafe, as well as the Lamplighter Bar.
Absolutely, but we have even more of those Pilot TVs getting rolled out to you guys, and so be in the know about where you guys can watch us directly on those brand new Pilot TVs.
Oh, yeah, and so then you can watch all of our great jackpots go out. And,
Absolutely.
You may be able to make our jackpot list if you take home this $7,000 jackpot and get added to the 473 players that have already won over $600 jackpots this season. And even this week, we've been able to give out 21 of those jackpots.
Absolutely. But that first one that went out just yesterday went out to Thoffy over at Concordia Lanes, who got to take home a jackpot of $658.
Good job. We also had Tank over at Shady's Railside taking home $706.
Absolutely. And next up, we had Mart 07 taking home over at the Sunshine Grill, who got to take home $892.
Oh, yeah. Then we had JBCL Fire over at JC's Bar and Grill, taking home a whopping total, the largest jackpot of the week of Tuesday, $3,096.
Nicely done. But that final jackpot that we gave out yesterday went out to Legion Rob over at American Legion Moorhead, who got to take home $616.
Yeah, and really, really good stuff. And I guess JBCL Fire, if we're counting from Monday on, Monday being the start of the week, that would be the largest jackpot of the week. So,
Absolutely.
So, I'll just count it like that. Good job getting the largest jackpot of the week. We do have Sophia over at the Beach Club Bar and Grill taking home that $8 large M.
Absolutely, but we've already moved past this jackpot in our first game. We got $12 on that must-go prize now, and we got players already in line for it, and there it is. Player over at Poppers is taking home that must-go prize, $12 going in your pocket.
Yeah, and you guys can win even more cash. I mean, we got pretty good cash right here, right now, but you guys can try and win a lot of cash over in our e-tabs. We've released 4 new e-tabs since the new year,
Absolutely.
and the newest of those just came out 2 to 3 weeks ago was Break the Bank. Try your luck in that banker bonus round. See if you can pick out the right safety deposit box to win some great prizes.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun and a great way to see when we're releasing new eTab games, see a promo or any just information given. First, check out our Facebook page. It's the hub of all Pilot information, and so you guys can give us a follow and a like. Keep up with all of our weekly bingo schedules, event details, big progressives, player pictures that you guys love to send in, and so much more. If you're new to Pilot games, that link tree is super useful as it has direct links to all of our streams, our social medias, as well as all the locations around Minnesota where you guys can play Pilot games.
Yeah, I love that Facebook page, as well as all of our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, all very great places to follow Pilot games so that you know whenever we're playing and always know the progressives that we're playing for, as we get every single day started off with a Cup of Joe with Jordy that runs from 11:30 all the way to 11:50, giving you guys a little 10-minute warm-up before you get into some Twins bingo. But during that Cup of Joe with Jordy, you go over all the great progressives, all the great standing changes that happen, and so it's a great way to get all your information for the live bingo day before you get into the live bingo from 12 all the way till 1, what you guys are playing right now, that Twins bingo.
Absolutely. You probably just heard that entire spiel just 10 minutes ago when we were watching that Cup of Joe, as we were talking about all this great information prior, but you are playing that Twins bingo right now. We got over $7,000 in prizes for you guys to try and take home, but right after this, when we finish up at 1 p.m., that's when we hop right into the 25-cent card edition of Jackpot Hunter that's going to be going all the way until 4 p.m.
What's your favorite jackpot in this Jackpot Hunter?
Probably that minor, starting out the day at $79 and 56 balls. You guys will definitely be getting enrolled as quickly as possible, and as soon as that gets over $100, which you guys can do in that first enrolling screen, that very next game, that's going to be going up to 60 balls for you guys, and that's when things really get interesting.
Yeah, I feel like that minor prize is usually the highlighted jackpot of that 25-cent edition, as it grows so quickly. Every $50, clicking up 4 balls, it's super fun stuff. And we have some more fun bingo happening after that. Our happy hour bingo, which is definitely going to be happy because we get it started off at 4 o'clock with some Lucky 4 bingo, $14,561 on the line in both opportunities of Lucky 4 bingo, the one at 4 p.m. as well as the one at 6 p.m. And in between that, you have even larger prizes available in that Jackpot Hunter $1 edition.
Absolutely. It has the best jackpots on the line for you guys today. You definitely need to be playing those 23 games. You earn points towards the Jackpot Hunter standings, as well as these great jackpots on the line line. We're starting off. We just watched that mega jackpot of $100,000. Click up to 44 balls, and so that's going to be growing as you guys play as well. We have that major at $29,685. 54 balls or less. That's better odds than the game you're playing right now.
Wow.
So definitely try your hand at it. Not to mention that minor is starting out the day at 64 balls or less on that very first game at 4 p.m. $375 on the line.
And then after that happy hour action, 2 games of Lucky 4 Bingo and 23 games of Jackpot Hunter, you get into some Skull Bingo. That runs from 6 all the way till 10 o'clock. There's a coverall prize of $2,379. You can win in 50 balls or less. A $55 large frame prize that you can win in 43 balls or less. And then a $69 line prize that you can win in 10 balls or less.
Absolutely. And guys, tonight is a special night. If you guys didn't know, last night we had that MegaSota game night that happens each and every Tuesday at 6:40. But before I go over more, we got a winner.
Big time winner. Mikey wins over at Steve O's and Crystal, taking home $9.
Nicely done. But as I was saying, that MegaSota game night is the night that kicks off our PGL nights for the week. You can check that out next Tuesday night at 6:40, and that has a great Jackpot Jungle coverall that'll end off the night that did not go out yesterday. So it's rolling and growing to next week, $12,369. You can take that home in 54 balls or less.
Oh, yeah. We also have the Wild Wednesday. That's happening tonight. You got it from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday. Me and Jordy will be back in the studio trying to give out a bunch of PGL action as well as some great cash, just like our grand finale that has $12,325 that you can win in 52 balls or less. The game being Jackpot Jungle, and it's the 25-cent edition.
Oh, yeah, so things are a little bit more interesting. You guys should definitely be coming out for that tonight. It's reasonable enough alone to be coming out for that. Is it officially a Twins Wednesday?
Yes, I think it's officially going to be moved over to a Twins Wednesday. So make sure you guys are coming out for the first Twins Wednesday of the season. And we got our national days to get into while you guys are getting into this $9 large M. We'll see if we can go out to PPTC or Devious MC. Maybe Bobby J is going to be taking this one home.
Yeah, even Nan's trying to get on the action now, all 2 balls away. But we're going to hop right into our first national day for you guys. Before I do that, Spazwell at the Gas Can Bar and Grill, taking away that large M, $9. We got 2 balls left to drop before we move past this jackpot. Is going to be able to happen?
We'll see. It sometimes runs, it's the rolling screen. I never trust it. Let's see if it happens. No, moving on to a $14 must go as we get into that first national day.
Absolutely, as it is International Museum Day. Each year on May 18th, International Museum Day provides an opportunity for museum professionals to alert the general public about the importance of museums and the challenges they face.
Yeah, I don't really know much of the challenges that museums face, but I will support them in any way as they are some of the coolest places to go to I mean, be able to visually see history is so cool.
But before we go over more, we got Allie as well as Devious MC, I'm Back, and Loser Dave. Anyone else? Nope, all 4 of them splitting up that $14 must-go prize. Nicely done on this game number 2.
Yeah, now we're getting enrolled into game number 3 with that jackpot still growing as we get enrolled.
Trying to preserve the artifacts and keeping them in good quality. I'm sure theft is a constant worry happening in museums, and I'm sure like those are the challenges that I think of when I think of what a museum may face. But do you have a favorite museum you've been to?
Ooh, I don't know. I went to the big one in DC.
Yeah, the Mall of them where it's the big square.
Yes, I went to that one. That may be my favorite that I've ever went to. But I don't know. I would have to really think about it and go through all the different museums that I've been to, because a lot of it happened in my earlier life. I haven't been to a lot of museums since graduating high school, and so I would love to be able to get back into a habit of that, going to museums, and I would probably say that DC one is the best one I've been to.
Oh, by far. I think the most sentimental favorite museum I've been to would probably be the Detroit Institute of Art.
Ooh.
The DIA. It is such a fun experience.
Never been there.
It's so nice. I absolutely love going there.
That sounds really, really cool. Now, since Night at the Smithsonian is about a museum, I gotta ask you this question, and it's a newly popping up Mandela effect, apparently, that has to do with a artifact that belongs in museums, and this actually makes an appearance alive in the Night of the Smithsonian, and that is Thinker.
Really?
Where does the Thinker lay his hand?
Like the one that's not right here?
Yeah, well, that's not the Thinker. Because the thinker is a very specific, like, you know how everyone thinks it's like the guy with his legs crossed and his hand like this. It's actually his hand is on his forehead and he's doing that. Then that's the thinker statue.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people get confused because of Night of the Smithsonian, because he talks in it, and so he lifts his head from that position, and he actually has like an open palm instead of a closed like hard fist.
Really?
Yeah, I totally, if you would have asked me before to figure it out, I would have said that. Okay, they're saying that I'm seeing it now on the forehead. I must have been misinformed. I mean, not on the forehead. It's not a hard fist, though.
No, it's like a relaxed hand on the chin mouth area.
Okay, maybe I was confusing it with a different statue. So, but I heard that at least the fist part of it is part of the Mandela effect, as most people think of it as a closed fist, where it's more of like
of it as a closed fist,
where it's more of like an open, just like resting on like his hand.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Well, happy International Museum Day. Definitely some fun stuff there. And I would love to be able to go to a museum sometime soon. I could definitely enjoy this soon. It says National Cheese Souffle Day. Each year on May 18th, we celebrate National Cheese Souffle Day. On this tasty day, take an opportunity to enjoy this French delight.
I have never had a cheese souffle.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't had it, but most things that are considered just like cheesy, I can get behind.
Absolutely. It is a savory souffle, while typically used with cream, cheese, hot sauce, a little bit of mustard, egg whites.
Seems good to me.
Yeah.
I feel like that
kind of like a cheesy bread bake thing.
Exactly. You can't go wrong with it. We do have Griff over at Tavern 22 taking home an $11 line prize.
Absolutely. Nicely done. And now we're working on this $11 large M as well as this $7,242 jackpot.
And our next National Day.
And so this is something we can all celebrate. It is National No Dirty Dishes Day. On May 18th, National No Dirty Dishes Day suggests taking a break from your regular daily routine. There are a few options for this day.
Yeah, so I guess we'll have to see what those few options are on a great National No Dirty Dishes Day. I feel like.
Yeah, what are the options?
Yeah, what are these options? Well, the options are, I guess.
No, those are threatening dishes or threatening diseases that can come from poorly washed dishes.
Oh, okay. So there's a few options for this day. The problem with dirty dishes is no one likes them. In fact, if we could produce a 5-course meal without dirty dishes, we probably would. Dirty dishes pose a number of problems, but besides more work, in fact, dirty dishes can cause some life-threatening diseases. I won't go through all those diseases. And so, yeah, it's a great day to get out of your regular routine and maybe take some time away to do some of those dirty dishes. Now, we all love a clean sink and everything like that, but what is your least favorite dish to clean? I have my favorite right off the top of my head.
Your least favorite?
Yes, we do have a large M going out to Scrub Eye, as well as Coop wins, and Mikey wins. Coop wins. And Mikey wins. Coop wins and Mikey wins both at Steve-O's and Scrub Eye at VFW Blaine. And now we got a coverall winner with Mikey wins over at Steve-O's, taking home the coverall of $16.
Nicely done. That was game number 3, guys, and I'd probably say my blender.
I was going to go say the exact same thing, but I'll move it on to a more common dish that I absolutely have a huge disdain for cleaning, and that is strainers.
Yeah.
Strainers are one of my least. Whenever you get like the noodles or the rice stuck in the holes and you're trying to scrub it out,
colanders.
And you're just colanders. Is that not referred to as a strainer?
I think some people do, but a strainer can also be referred to as that tight knit one that you do juice through and stuff like that.
No, I'm talking about a colander to be more specific. And so I hate doing that. Getting rice and noodles, anything like that stuck in there is such a pain to try and get out. And
especially as it hardens.
And you can have the entire thing sanitized, wiped off, and there's just like 3 pieces of like crusted on noodles that you just can't get off. And so I hate I hate doing colanders.
My close second. It doesn't matter the thing that it is on. I really what's the word? Despise. I really despise cleaning condiments off of stuff.
Oh, yes.
Like leftover sauces that are like half dipped in with chicken residue or something like that. I'm like, get this out of here. Like, just rinse it off.
I have that same pet peeve.
Because it sticks to the sponge. It sticks to, yeah.
Yeah. So much easier just when you rinse it off.
Yeah. And then I have no issue doing the dish after that. But like when you're just get that extra barbecue, honey mustard, whatever it may be. Just get it off that plate.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's No Dirty Dishes Day, so hopefully you guys can celebrate today by maybe getting rid of all those dirty dishes. Next up is National Visit Your Relatives Day. Today on May 18th, we encourage all family members to stay connected during National Visit Your Relatives Day.
Absolutely. That's a great thing. I just recently reconnected with the whole side of my family that we kind of lost touch before the pandemic and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been super, super fun getting to like get back and close with all
Yeah,
of
and
them.
it wasn't even a disdain between the family. It wasn't a
No,
family
it was
fight
just
or anything like that. It was
distance.
just because of a pandemic, and you just had it struggled to find time to get together.
No, we went from having every single holiday together, and they have a very large family. They have 9 people alone that live in that home, and a couple of them are autoimmune compromised, and so it was really difficult because they were really scared about exposing their kids who have those autoimmune deficiencies to other people, even family, and so it was super, super hard. But now that we've kind of regained normalcy and everything like that.
People have gotten vaccines or whatever safety precautions that they're doing.
Exactly. And so it's definitely been really, really cool that we all could get back together again.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love being able to connect with relatives. We just were able to go down and see your brother over the last weekend. That was super fun. We got to go out, eat, and just enjoy the fact that they had just graduated college. And so it was definitely a happy weekend. And I mean,
we're going to get a big family celebration for you as your youngest brother is graduating high school
I'm
in 2 weeks.
so excited. My family, they all live everywhere. The only person who lives close to me is my brother right now, who's finishing up his senior year of high school living with my grandparents. And so my mom, my dad all moved down to Florida. My brother moved down to Florida. My sister's in a college downstate in Michigan. And so we're all over the place. So I'm super excited for all of us to get back together at the end of this month.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be so much fun.
And so happy National Visit Your Relatives Day, whether it's connecting with people who you haven't connected with in a while, or it's just that little reminder that you need to be like, hey, go call your mom right now. And so definitely enjoy National Visit Your Relatives Day. Next up is National HIV Vaccine Awareness Day. Each year, National HIV Vaccine Awareness Day on May 18th recognizes thousands of volunteers, community members, health professionals, and scientists who work together to find a safe and effective HIV vaccine.
Absolutely. This is definitely a very, very, very important day. But before we go any further, we do have Bobby J over at Monty's Sports Bar, who's taking home that line prize of $12.
Yeah, definitely. Great stuff for Bobby J. And it's always good to bring awareness to those kinds of things that we're working towards, trying to find a permanent solution for
Absolutely.
HIV.
And we've made such leaps and bounds from the 80s and 90s when this was first discovered that it is something that you'll be with for your entire life, and eventually it could progress and worsen, but it is something that is now considered a livable condition, and so it's definitely making strides. We have a lot more to go.
It's so much different than back when Magic Johnson first contracted the disease, and people were scared to play basketball with him because they thought it could get transmitted through sweat or anything like that. And so definitely a huge day to work towards finding that solution. Next up, we got a little bit of Twins news to get into. Done with the national days, and on to a little bit of not so great Twins news as we lost yesterday. We are 21-16 so far this season, and the Oakland Athletics ended their 4-game losing streak against the Twins, beating the Minnesota Twins 5-2 on Tuesday night. Well, hopefully we can make it 5-1 against them as we take them on today. But during that game, Royce Lewis and Gary Sanchez each hit solo home runs for the Twins. After the game, Minnesota manager Rocco Baldelli said Lewis will be sent down to the minors and make room for shortstop Carlos Carrera coming off of the injury list.
Absolutely, but we got Bobby J taking home that large M of $12 in PPTC, taking home that $18 Musco prize in this game number 4.
Yeah, now we're getting rolled into the halfway point of these games. Game number 5. Make sure you get enrolled, press play with that jackpot still growing and rolling into the next game.
Absolutely, but they are going to be going, those Twins are going to be going up against the Athletics once again today at about 3:37 for you guys. So definitely be in the know about that. And if you want to show some support for them in the meantime, you guys can play our awesome E-Tab that we've teamed up with them for, Twins Win. You can see that logo right here. And so you guys definitely will want to check that out. You can pick a lucky batter in that home run derby bonus round and win some Grand Slam prizes.
Yeah, and a quick correction to that, since we do get mixed up with our Michigan time and Minnesota time, we are usually 1 hour ahead of you guys, and it's actually going to be at 2:37 p.m. today. So really exciting stuff for our Twins taking on the Athletics, and definitely check out that great E-Tab game. Speaking of our Twins, though, let's get into the standings that you're earning points for right now playing this Twins bingo, and that's the Twiking Zone standings. In the player side, we got in 10th place Elsa at Titan Sports Saloon with 104,000 points. With 107,000 points in 9th place, we got Pooba at Brian's Bar and Grill. 8th place is Lucky Tim over at Lakefront Bar with 117,000 points. With 123,000 points in 7th place, we got Yo-Yo over at Halfley's Bar. 6th place is Bobo at Corner Bar and Goodhue with 136,000 points. With 148,000 points in 5th place, we got Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's. In 4th place, we got GTZ over at the Midi with 153,000 points. With 176,000 points in 3rd place, we got Sinbob over at the Bedrock. In 2nd place, we got Nan at Corky's Bar South Haven with 188,000 points. And in 1st place, we got Scrub Eye at VFW Blaine with 246,000 points.
Absolutely, but I'm going to hop right into the location standings as we have our in 10th place Main Street Pub in Kimball, who sits with 157,000. 9th place is VFW Blaine, sitting with 196,000 with 207,000 points. And 8th place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. 7th place is our place on 3rd in Faribault with 254,000 with 257,000. In 6th place, we got Steve-O's in Crystal. And then we had a little switcheroo happening as our 4th and 5th place locations swapped spots, getting pushed back to 5th place. Now it's Eagles Rochester, who sits with 278,000. Now in 4th place, moving up ahead of them, it's Corner Bar and Goodhue with 283,000, but with exactly 100,000 points separating them. In 3rd place, we have American Legion Fridley sitting with 383,000, but with 473,000, almost 100,000 points separating them. In 2nd place, we have Corky's Bar in South Haven. And in 1st place, a hop, skip, and a jump over the 500 as well as 600,000 point clubs, we have VFW Spring Lake Park sitting with a whopping 757,000.
Woo, what a crazy player and location standings. Now we only have 15 seconds to get enrolled in this next game of Twins Bingo. We'll see if we can give out over $7,300 in this game. Super exciting stuff. And we always have exciting stuff in our E-Tabs. We give out thousands of the E-Tab jackpots every single day. And the E-Tab that we're listening to right now, one of my favorites, Cash Chaos. Feels like you're playing one of those old style pixelated video games. It's really, really fun. Definitely can win some great prizes in its bonus round. And you can find also a bunch of different other E-Tab games right next to it. And you can try those ones out as well.
Absolutely. We have over 50 different charitable E-Tab games and counting with such a wide variety of different themes. I guarantee you'll find at least one that you guys can love and play. And you guys can play those games at any time and win huge prizes up to $1,500. All those games having that 85% payout and huge and small bets from 50 cents to $5. Awesome bonus rounds as well as free play rounds that you can win as well.
Yeah, really, really great stuff there. We do have a line prize going out to Lucky Tim over at Lakefront Bar and Steve over at VFW Spring Lake Park, splitting $12. Now working on a $12 large M as Missy is 6 balls away. Joining up with her is Coop Wynn. As we are getting into this large M, we got a little bit of music history to get into, as the first one is definitely an iconic moment in music history.
Absolutely. On this date in 1985, after repeating attempts to break through in America, Simple Minds goes to #1 with their hit Don't You Forget About Me, which was used in the movie The Breakfast Club.
Oh, I mean, will always be iconic from that Breakfast Club movie. I mean, I always just think of the movie, the song on its own when I think of it, but you actually, right when I said that, don't you forget about me came out today, you were like, oh, iconic song from the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
And I was like, oh yeah, that is true.
Every time I hear the song, I just imagine the fist going up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, how can't you? I
Honestly.
feel like I just haven't watched the Breakfast Club enough.
I went through a very big Molly Ringwald phase, that redheaded woman from it, who's also in like 16 Candles and just like a whole bunch of other.
Okay. I'm not familiar with Molly Ringwald.
She was a huge actress. She plays the kind of prissy girl in the Breakfast Club.
Yes, I know who she is in the Breakfast Club, but I don't think I've seen any of her other movies. Maybe her as she's gotten older. But we do have Griff over at Tavern 22 taking home $12 as we have a bit of a run-up at the $7,000 jackpot.
Absolutely. Molly Ringwald was in a lot of stuff like Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles. She was even in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Really?
She was in so much. She was like an 80s icon in movies.
Okay, I missed out on pretty much every single movie that I'm seeing up there.
They're very female-based. Like,
yes.
They are very much like rom-coms.
They look like they're meant for the teenage girl kind of thing.
Absolutely. And when I was a teen girl, I ate it up. I absolutely love Molly Ringwald. And so I absolutely watched The Breakfast Club just
way too many times. We do have, if there is such thing as watching it too many times, we have JoJo over at Big Dog Sports Cafe taking home an $18 coverall prize in this game number 5. Now we're about to get into a game number 6.
Absolutely. But we also have another On This Day in music history. And on this day in 1999, the Backstreet Boys released their 3rd album, the second one in America, Millennium, which the hits have I Want It That Way, as well as Larger Than Life. Primarily produced by Max Martin, it sold over 13 million in the United States and many more worldwide.
Wow, that is impressive. Yeah, Backstreet Boys, they're fun.
I mean, I Want It That Way will live on forever.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel like I just quote it out of the blue all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not even like an actual fan of the Backstreet Boys, but that song and a couple other ones as well. But
and just like the iconic, like, Backstreet Boys, all right.
It's Backstreet's back.
Backstreet's back. I'm sorry. I'm not. I guess I'm not as big of a Backstreet Boys fan as you. I mean, that's just what that comes down to. What I am a fan of, though, is players that get signed up at PGL.world. And make sure you guys get signed up. You guys can earn points tonight during our PGL night, as well as get insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a bunch of great information. All you got to do is sign up at PGL.world.
Absolutely. You also get to log on to your Player Connect app with that brand new login. And in the next coming weeks, we're going to be sending out some information about our annual event, PyCon, that's going to be happening in August. So you guys definitely want to be in the know about that.
Yeah, but those new players that did just do that, got signed up at PGL.world, we got Raygun, Catgirl 87, Burrows, All, The TJ, NS1413, Chicken Dinner, Pete, HDS, Vivium, Wildlife 97, Number 1 Mon, Chapster, Regs, Mac, and Mac MC.
Nicely done. Do you have a favorite name right now?
Ooh, I said Vivium last time I was on air, so I'm going to choose something different than Vivium. And so I'm going to go with one of our new ones. I'm going to go with Chapster.
Really? That's the one that John picked yesterday. I'm going to go with Mac MC.
Ah. See, I can't think whether Chapster makes me think of like chapstick or like, like riding chaps. And so
yeah, I hadn't really thought of it like that either.
Yeah, and so I was like, I don't know which one I want Chapster to be rocking out, like if he's just really into chapstick or if he's really into wearing like chaps.
Yeah, see, I had a different connotation with it, and it's a movie I haven't even seen myself.
Okay.
But it reminded me of the title of that movie, Chappie.
Chappie.
It's like a robot.
Yes, I do know the movie.
Yeah.
It's a decent movie. It's not
I hear
terrible.
It's a little messed up.
Yes, it is. It's definitely a little
more of a twisted plot line.
Yes.
I don't know really much about it. I've never watched it, but
I think I've only watched it maybe once or twice, but I remember it being good each time I watched it, and I'm guessing the second time I watched it was because I didn't remember that I had watched it kind of thing, and so I rewatched it, and it's a decent movie, so I would suggest watching it. It's also got some fun comedy within it as well.
Okay, sounds super cool. Yeah, that's just the correlation that I made with Chapster, unfortunately.
Yeah. Like it's because they give it's like giving real humans a robot, so they like teach him how to like act like a human kind of thing and like be like like stupid human stuff, and like they put a chain on him and everything like that, and it's funny, and so a good movie. But let's talk about our really great PGL standings, because those players that just got signed up PGL.World now can compete to be in those standings, but the players that have been earning points all season long are not going to make that an easy task.
No, but we do have Sid over at Lyle Liquor, who's taking home $12 on that line prize.
Yeah, but on the player side of these standings, in 10th place, we got OE50 over at Stanchion Bar with 1,048,000 points. With 1,084,000 points in 9th place, we got Bucks over at Rustic Saloon. 8th place is Reyes 22 over the Old Town Tavern with 1,140,000 points. With 1,152,000 points in 7th place, getting bumped back from 6th place, we got Sarah Honey over at Eagles Austin. Moving up from 7th into 6th, we got Nixon at VFW Roseville with 1,309,000 points. With 1,342,000 points in 5th place, we got Brizo over at the Underground Bar and Grill. 4th place is Forget You D at Eagles Austin with 1,407,000 points. With 1,742,000 points in 3rd place, we got Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon. 2nd place is Keith over at Billy's Rockford with 2,004,000 points. And with 2,200,000 points in 1st place, we got Bam Bam over at Stewartville Legion Post.
Absolutely, but I'm going to hop right into these location standings. As in 10th place, we have Neighbors Pub Dover sitting with 4,122,000. With 4,209,000 in 9th place, it's the Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato. Getting pushed back from 7th into 8th place, we have Leo's Sports Bar in Mazeppa with 4,327,000. Moving up from 8th into 7th, the location pushing them back was VFW Northfield, sitting with 4,531,000. But with 4,988,000 right outside of that 5 million point club, in 6th place, it was Neeson's Gaylord, but we do have some winners.
Lucky 7 over at Howie's Corner Bar and Devious MC over at Harry's Bar, splitting up that $12 large M. Now we're working on an $18 must-go coverall.
Absolutely, but hopping right back in, we jump into that 5 million point club, but before I can do that, we have a winner.
Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven, not wanting to give you any time to say any kind of standings, winning at 56 balls or less, 4 balls away from taking home that jackpot. But good job, Nan, winning that must-go $18 as that jackpot continues to grow into this game number 7.
Absolutely, Nan. Usually I'm your #1 fan, but let me get through these standings. All right, jumping right back into 5th place, though, we got Poppers in Virginia with 5,227,000. 4th place is American Legion Cleveland, sitting with 5,250,000. But with 5,297,000 in 3rd place, we have Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter. In 2nd place, we have Billy's Rockford, who sits with 6,303,000. But with 6,933,000 points in 1st place, closing in on that 7 million point club, we have Third Rail Bar and Grill in Big Lake.
Yeah, definitely some great location and player standings, but we don't have the best wild news as they have been kicked out of the NHL playoffs, which was not what we wanted to hear, but we're hoping that this offseason we can get things ready. We still have a lot of young talent and had some of the best players we've ever had put on a wild uniform play this season, and so I have lots of high hopes for the future of our Wild.
Absolutely, but if you guys want to show some support for our Wild, you guys can play that awesome eTab game that we've teamed up with them for. Let's Go Wild, and you can pick out that Slapshot bonus round as well.
Oh yeah, well, moving off of our Wild, let's talk about the NHL playoffs as there's some teams competing up. As there's a Game 1 happening today at 6 o'clock between the Rangers and Hurricanes, and also a game number 1 that's happening today between the Oilers and Flames. Just yesterday, there were 2 games that happened as the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Panthers. Yesterday, they're going to be taking them on tomorrow at 6 p.m. And then another game tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. as the Blues take on the Avalanche, with the Colorado Avalanche leading 1-0 in that series.
Absolutely. We're going to have to be watching out to see what happens there. But, and like I said, in the meantime, if you want to show some support for the Wild in their offseason, Let's Go Wild is the way to do it.
Yeah, but we got some great stuff because we finally got a fishing report updated past the opening day, and this is done at Leech Lake by Outdoors Weekly on May 18th, and they even wished you guys happy opener and open water in 2022. Leech Lake is open and ready to make your dreams a reality. Lay ice off Late ice off made some of the normal spots a little tough. Warmer water out produced the colder water. Jig and Shiner was the go-to, but there was a limited supply of them. We did have success with flatheads and rainbows as well. We had a guest hook into a 50-inch muskie on a walleye line. It was a tremendous fight. Pike action was good as well. They cleaned a lot of large perch this week too. A good mixed bag of fish fries this opener.
Absolutely, but you guys know as soon as you get out on that water, you're going to be taking as many pictures as possible of the big catches you get on the lake. But you guys should be absolutely doing that while playing pilot games as well. We love seeing all of those amazing player pictures you guys have, whether you're holding up a jackpot, a drink, or just your best buddy next to you. We want to see you having fun out there. So you can share all of those amazing player pictures directly with us on any of your social medias, directly on our Facebook page, or by emailing us to jackpots@pilotgames.com.
Love those player picks. Keep on sending them in so we can show you guys off. And let's talk about our Vikings as they've been showing off their stuff. At least the new regime has been finally showing off their new stuff as they got their first draft, their first off season really underway as OTAs got started over last week.
Absolutely, but we do have Spazwell over at the Gas Can Bar and Grill who's taking home $14 on that line prize.
But we've kind of stopped talking about the draft, but I want to move back to the draft and talk a little bit more as we got a little bit more explanation from Adolfo Mensa. But most general managers avoid intra-division trades of any kind, much less one that would, for example, lead to one of their rivals landing perhaps the fastest man in the NFL. But the new Minnesota Vikings boss, Kwefi Adolfo Mensa, says he has no regrets about shipping the 12th pick across Lake Michigan, which led the Detroit Lions landing receiver Jameson Williams. Kwefi Adolfo Mensa then said, I don't think I would trade Justin Jefferson in that division, Adolfo Mensa told Peter King, but a draft pick is an uncertain thing. You're getting something back that is also uncertain. With Detroit, all else being equal, I had similar value somewhere else. I'd deal somewhere else. But that was our best option. We pulled the trigger, and I'm happy with what we did. I think that's a great quote. I think it makes a lot of sense. He's saying, hey, I mean, you guys can talk about how fast he is all he wants, but he's an unproven prospect. We've seen a lot of first-round wide receivers not work out in the NFL.
Yeah.
And so trading back isn't the worst option ever. He didn't give him Justin Jefferson necessarily, as he was saying. Like, I wouldn't trade away one of the best young wide receivers in the NFL in Justin Jefferson, but trading away a draft pick seemed a lot more doable, and picking up those 2 picks, being able to get a little bit more value out of those picks, I think is going to work out for us in the long run.
Absolutely, and he seems pretty confident about that, so I'm really excited to see where this season is going to take him. But we do have Rocks over at Corner Bar in Waterville, taking home $14 on that large M. We've moved past this jackpot in this game number 7. We got $21 on that Musco prize now.
Oh, yeah, we got one ball away for a bunch of these players, so I'm going to be guessing to go out right here. Hilljack over at Northside Bar and JoJo over at Shady's. Okay, we got Missy over at Carboni's Pizzeria Pub, Oak Park Heights, Hilljack at Northside Bar, and JoJo at Shady's Golden Eagle, all splitting up $21 in this game number 7.
Nicely done. And when I think of Hilljack, I think of Jack and Jill, and didn't he fall down the hill?
Jack fell down the hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jill came tumbling after.
Yeah, so Hilljack, good job getting the win in that one. Jack and Jill fell down the hill. We do have a little bit of Vikings E-Tab stuff to talk about as we teamed up with the Minnesota Vikings to create a great E-Tab Vikings victory. Pick a letter in the skull bonus to win some great prizes during that Vikings victory.
Absolutely, but if you guys are planning on coming out for our happy hour show tonight from 4 to 6, I don't know why you wouldn't. It seems like a great idea as we've got some of the best jackpot we have to offer in the $1 edition of Jackpot Hunter tonight. But while you guys are taking home those great jackpots, you're also earning some points to compete with our Jackpot Hunter standings, and this is actually one of our standings that had the craziest shakeups.
Okay, let's talk about those player standings.
All right, well, in 10th place, we had Spazwell over at the Gas Can Bar and Grill, who sits with 47,000.
Only player outside of the 50,000 point club.
That's right. In 9th place, we got the Crazy Kid over at the Tasty Pizza Hanger 45 with 53,000. In 8th place, we have Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon with 58,000 points. Right ahead of him, though, with $59,000. Getting left behind in 7th place, it's Brother Nat over at the Chart House. We've been watching this crazy tie between Brother Nat and 2A Girl for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and officially 2A Girl was able to accumulate enough points, jumping out of that tie, taking 6th place solo over at Jimmy G's Bar, as she sits now with 60,000 points. Right behind Kev over at the Deer Stand in 5th place, who has 61,000. Now in 4th place, though, over at Niswa Legion, it's Kimmy, who sits with 63,000, trying to get that gap between her and Kev now. In 3rd place, though, we have Not Lucky at American Legion Fridley with 83,000 points. With 122,000 points in 2nd place, we have Bull over at Corner Bar in Goodhue. But also at Corner Bar in Goodhue, we have our #1 player, Bobo, who sits with an accumulated 149,000.
Well, great players competing for some great location, and all those points that you earn as a player go to the specific location that you're playing at to make these great location standings. Getting bumped back from 9th into 10th, we got Billy's Rockford with 87,000 points. With 91,000 points, we actually have a two-way tie as the 10th place location shot all the way up to that 8th place tie. That location was American Legion Fridley, tying it up with Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 and Hilltop. 7th place, we got Shady's Railside and Rice with 94,000 points. With 103,000 points in 6th place, we got Riverboat Depot and Sartell. With 107,000 points in 5th place, we got Gas Can Bar and Grill in Brainerd. 4th place is Concordia Lanes in Newham with 121,000 points. With 190,000 points in 3rd place, we got Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids. In 2nd place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park with 224,000 points. And in 1st place, we got Corner Bar in Goodhue with 387,000 points.
Absolutely, but you guys have just under 10 seconds to get enrolled in this game number 8, and hopefully we can give out this over $7,000 jackpot.
Yeah, as we talk about some a very short but fun celebrity birthday list.
Absolutely, and that first one is on this day in 1879. Frank Capra was born, the Italian-American Academy Award-winning film director. He did It's a Wonderful Life, It Happened One Night, as well as Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
I'm definitely familiar with It's a Wonderful Life, and I mean, what a crazy work that was in 1946. I mean, did a lot of great work through the 1930s and 1940s. Was the creative force behind some of the major award-winning films in that 1930s through 1940s time frame.
He's also a veteran. He served in the U.S. Army as well.
Well, happy birthday, Frank Capra. Next up on our celebrity birthday list, born in 1937, we got Brooke Robinson. Before I get into what Brooke Robinson did, we do have a line prize winner.
That's right, as Jerry G over at Eagles Rochester is splitting it up with loser Dave at VFW Spring Lake Park. $12 on that line prize getting split between you guys.
Yeah, good job to those winners. But Brooks Robinson was an American Baseball Hall of Fame third baseman, was an 18 MLB All-Star, won the World Series in 1966 and 70, where he also won the MVP in that 70 season, was a 16-time Golden Glove Award winner playing for the Baltimore Orioles.
That is very, very impressive.
Yeah, very accomplished career for Brooks Robinson. He played for the Baltimore Orioles for 23 seasons, the longest career spent with a single team in the Major League Baseball history, as he batted and threw right-handed.
Very cool. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1983, and he had the nicknames the Mr. Hoover as well as the Human Vacuum Cleaner.
That's awesome. Love a great sports nickname. Happy birthday, Brooks Robinson.
Absolutely. But also on this day in 1946, Reggie Jackson was born, the American Baseball Hall of Fame right fielder. He was a 14-time All-Star.
We do have a winner on this large M. It's a split win between Coops win, Mikey wins, and Jeffy PED, all splitting up that $12 Musco prize.
Nicely done. We've moved past that jackpot, $18 on that Musco prize now. We got players like Luke, Mikey wins, PPTC, as well as Jeffy PED, all one ball away.
Yeah, his real name was Reginald Martinez Jackson, Reggie Jackson's name was, and he played 21 seasons in the Major League Baseball for Kansas City / Oakland Athletics, Baltimore Orioles, New York Yankees, and the California Angels, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1993.
We got Luke over at Beatles Bar and Grill taking home $18 on that Musco prize in this game number 8. We're about to begin enrolled in a game number 9 now. I like that name, Reginald. Reginald. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a cool name.
It's very distinguished.
And I feel like then you can go to Reggie, which is also a fun name as well.
Super
that's
fun.
That's much more relaxed and everything like that. And then like when you're doing business, like Reginald. I feel like that it works great.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday, Reggie Jackson. Next up, born in 1970, we got Tina Fey, an American actress and comedian, was in Saturday Night Live as well as 30 Rock and many other film works.
Absolutely. She's been in countless things. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
in Sisters. She's known for her dynamic duo with Amy Poehler.
Ah,
they are like
yes.
the best friends, partners in crime, whatever you want to call them. They are absolutely insane together.
She's married to the guy who plays in The Office. No, I was thinking.
That's who she's married to?
Yeah, she's married to Jeff Richmond, which I don't know who Jeff Richmond is.
He plays the guy with the mole in iCarly.
Really?
He makes me uncomfortable.
That is funny. Well, Tina Fey, definitely a great actress. I don't know. I don't recognize him. So
yeah, he plays.
Yeah, you'll have to look him up in iCarly for me to recognize him as.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not him in iCarly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it is.
Well,
it really looked like him for a
happy
second.
birthday, Tina Fey, in great works like Baby Mama and so many other different crazy things. Happy birthday. Next
Absolutely.
up, born in 1975, we got John Higgins. Not our broadcaster, but
not Tugboat Captain himself.
No, not Captain Hot Take Higgins. He is a Scottish snooker player. He was the 4-time world champion, and it's a way of playing what's it called? A pool. It's like a certain version of pool.
Okay. It's played on a rectangular table covered in that green cloth. It's played with 6 pockets. Yeah. What's the difference between pool? Snooker is played with 15 pink numberless balls, 6 numbered object balls, 1 cue ball, while pool is played with 9 to 15 object balls in addition to that singular cue ball.
Interesting. Well, he was the 4-time world champion. So happy birthday, John Higgins. Mostly put him on there just because he has the exact same name as our fellow broadcaster, Hot Take Higgins.
Absolutely. And it is, in fact, it's just a more difficult, intricate way of playing pool.
That makes sense. So happy birthday, John Higgins. We do have a little bit of NBA news. No Timberwolves news as the offseason is happening. The NBA lottery just happened.
Really?
Yes, and so we figured out who's going to be drafted at the top of the lottery. I don't think our Timberwolves were in the lottery, and so I'm not exactly sure where we'll be drafting at, but it is exciting to see that the teams have been solidified and where they are at in this draft. And so we'll see. Draft comes up after the NBA season, so we'll talk about the NBA playoffs while we're waiting for that. And today, there's only one game happening, and that is that the Mavericks are taking on the Golden State Warriors in game number 1 of the Western Conference Finals.
Alrighty, that's going to be happening at 8 p.m. for you guys tonight.
Yeah, just last night in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Miami Heat ended up beating the Boston Celtics 118 to 107.
We got Keither over at the Lone Oak Grill taking home $12 on that line prize in this game number 9.
Yeah, good job, Keither. And we were talking about the NBA playoffs. That's what we were talking about.
Yep.
And so then the Miami Heat and Celtics will be playing a game 2 tomorrow at 7:30.
Alrighty.
Yeah, exciting stuff. Only 4 teams left. Do you have a prediction of who's going to be making the NBA Finals between the 4 teams available? Dallas Mavericks, Golden State Warriors, Boston Celtics, and Miami Heat? And you can only choose one of the 2 from each side, so it makes it pretty easy.
I'll say the Heat.
The Heat from the Eastern Conference.
Okay, and then who are my other options?
Dallas Mavericks and Golden State Warriors.
I'll say the Mavericks.
Mavericks.
I have
You
no
betted
idea.
against them last game, the last series, and so you're gonna not make that same mistake again. Say they're gonna make the NBA Finals. We'll see. We'll see if it can happen. I'll go with Golden State Warriors. And you said Heat. So I'm gonna go with Celtics in the Eastern Conferences. I feel like both these things could be pretty toss-up, and so we'll see if either of us are right.
All right. Well, we got Hilljack over at the Northside Bar taking home that large M of $12. We have a nice run-up. Maybe Scrub Eye can take home this
At
jackpot.
one ball away, that is a really nice.
Come on.
Let's see, can it go out? One ball to go. Can it happen in this one right here? Doesn't look like it. Moving on to a $19 must-go prize. But, Scrub Eye, you were so close to taking that jackpot home. So definitely getting rolled into our final game of Twins Bingo. Game number 10. Super exciting stuff. As that jackpot will be bigger heading into that game. We'll see if when this coverall is going to be going out.
I know, and there it is. Spazwell at the Gas Can Bar and Grill is taking home that must-go prize. Nicely done. $19 going in your pocket. We're about to be enrolled in our final game of the day for you guys of this Twins Bingo.
Yeah, the final game. So let's see if we can give out this over $7,000 jackpot in this one. If it doesn't go out, that means it'll be growing and rolling into tomorrow's Twins Bingo, which should be some more exciting stuff. But we want to give it out right here, right now. So get enrolled and press play as we talk about some movies that were released on today.
And the first one that was released in 2001, it was the first Shrek to be released.
Yeah, an American classic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, isn't it in the Hall of Fame of cinematic movies, like in the government-wise?
I don't know.
I think so. I think Shrek is. I don't remember what exactly. What Hall of Fame or what it got into.
Shrek has been inducted into the U.S. National Film Registry as being culturally significant.
Yes, that's what it was. So it's culturally significant movie. I mean,
in the Library of Congress.
Yeah, Shrek, a huge movie. And not only was the first Shrek released on today, but in 2007, Shrek the Third was released on today as well.
I kind of feel like we got gypped without the second one being released on this day.
Is that your favorite of all the Shrek movies?
It used to be. I think I've watched it too many times now. I think the first one probably will be my favorite.
Just because it's the classic.
Yeah, and it's the one I've watched the least, so I'm like the least sick of.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I think the second one is like the best in like just
storylines,
music, everything that's in it. It's a really good movie, but the original Shrek holds more like a sentimental value for me.
And I think I've just watched the second one too much. It's kind of like the Kung Fu Panda series, where like the sequels are fun, but I don't know.
Never watched them or only watched them one time kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I watched the sequels more than the original.
Oh, really?
And it's just the third one I don't think I've seen. I actually don't think I knew that there was a third one.
Oh.
And so I missed out on that. I want to watch it now,
I just watched the third one not too long ago. I don't know how I ended up watching it.
Isn't it when he like actually gets to meet his like biological family?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't think I've watched that.
Yeah, you got to watch it sometime. But let's keep on talking about movies that were released on today. As in 2012, we had What to Expect When You're Expecting released.
This is actually a movie that I find funny. Like, I actually really enjoyed this when I first watched it. It has a absolutely star-studded cast.
Has a bunch of actresses that you very, very much enjoy.
Absolutely. I mean, I just... It's a very funny movie. It's about a bunch of different women who experience pregnancy or going through different transitions into motherhood and the different ways that affects all these different women, and it's very, very comical.
I mean, yeah, you got, Cameron Diaz, Elizabeth Banks, Anna Kendrick, Jennifer Lopez, Chris Rock, Dennis Quaid, so many huge actors and actresses in that movie.
The character that Chris Rock plays, they're part of like this dad's club that walks around the park together.
I've seen this movie.
It's so funny.
You totally reminded me of the movie just by saying the dad's club, and everything in this movie is now flooded back to me. This is a funny movie.
It is. It's super, super funny, and it's got just like a whole bunch of people. It's a very well done movie.
Yeah. Speaking of funny movies, in 2018, Deadpool 2 was released. I don't think it was as good as the original Deadpool.
I actually have not seen the second one.
Really? You haven't seen the second one? It's worth the watch. I like the Deadpool series. I think they're fun. I'm glad that they keep them R-rated, as like Deadpool's more of a gory, like funny, over the top, crude humor kind of comedy.
Yes, I remember in high school when the first one came out, I was hanging out with a group of buddies that were primarily guys, and I was maybe one of two females hanging out at this sanctioned hangout, whatever it was, and they put it on, and it was just such crude humor for me being like 16, and I was like, Well, I'm kind of uncomfortable watching this with a mass group of men who are just like, just absolutely wailing with how hard they're laughing. And so it just kind of deterred me from watching it on my own.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just never really got to get into it until recently when I got into like the whole Marvel universe in general. And so
we do have a line prize winner, Scrub Eye at VFW Lane, taking home $15 on this one. Now we're working on a $15 large M prize. But I think those series are fun. I hope that they bring in Deadpool into one of the movies. I don't want him to be a main character or anything like that, but just to make little cameos in it.
What if it's the Wolverine him?
Oh, that would be terrible. That would be horrible.
horrible.
I just hope they scratch that, never do that again. It's so funny. Ryan Reynolds, love him as Deadpool, but he's done multiple superhero flicks that I think was just absolutely horrible. Between him as Deadpool in the Wolverine and then him as Green Lantern.
I don't like pretty much any of his movies.
Really?
Like, even his comedy ones that have just come out, like, I don't know.
How can you not get behind Amityville Horror?
Horrible horror movie. I absolutely love Ryan Reynolds as a person. I think he's super charming, super funny. I love his dynamic with Blake Lively.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely love him as a person. Less than like him as an actor.
Yeah, I can get behind. Did you watch Waiting?
No.
Oh, Waiting's probably my where I find him the funniest.
Yeah. But we do have some winners, as Scrub Eye as well as Spazwell is splitting up that large M prize of $15, and we got that $23 Musco prize now.
Yeah, let's get into this day in history. As on May 18th, 1860, Abraham Lincoln, a one-time U.S. representative from Illinois, is nominated for the U.S. presidency by the Republican National Convention, meeting in Chicago, Illinois, and the rest is history.
Absolutely, but we got Spazwell taking home that Musco prize of $23 on this final game of Twins Bingo, but we want to showcase the biggest jackpot winner of this past weekend and the charity they supported.
Yeah, Mark over at Albany Bowling Center won $75 grand this weekend, and Mark, as well as the other players at the Albany Bowling Center, are supporting a great charity.
They support the Albany Lions Club, and together our foundation and Lions are helping communities following natural disasters by providing immediate needs such as food, water, clothing, and medical supplies, as well as aiding in the long-term reconstruction.
Well, that is a great reason to support, and everywhere you guys are playing Pilot games, that you're supporting a different piece of the community. And so remember, when you're playing Pilot games, your community wins.
Have a good one, guys.
Hey guys, and we love giving out jackpots, and we were able to do so just this weekend, giving out 8 jackpots, making our rolling week 23 jackpots for the rolling week and 468 jackpots for this season 11.
Absolutely, and we had Friday getting started off strong with Angel Ma over at Ugly Putters, who got to take home $872.
Then the final jackpot on Friday, we had Blue Under over at Underground Bar and Grill, taking home $1,212.
Nicely done, but it didn't slow down on Saturday as we had Tippy over at Vic's Bar and Grill Moorhead take home a whopping $7,298.
Yeah, and you weren't kidding when it didn't slow down on Saturday, as Brandon over at Albany Bowling Center also took home a great jackpot of $6,389.
And next up, we gave out a jackpot of $740 going out to Jammy Bar over at Max's on Main.
Good job. We also had the biggest jackpot of the weekend go out on Saturday, and it's pretty sizable.
Absolutely.
$75,849 went out to Mark over at the Albany Bowling Center.
Nicely done, Mark. That is a huge whopper of a jackpot. Congratulations on that $75 grand. But on Saturday, our final jackpot that went out to Sam over at the Willows, who got to take home $1,020.
Oh yeah, and then the only winner of Sunday, the final winner of the weekend, went out to Faux Shilar over at Frank's Bar, taking home $693.
Well, make sure you guys are coming out each and every day for all the great jackpots we have on the line for you guys to try your hand at. And remember, while you play Pilot games, your community wins.
Hey guys, and we love Twins Bingo. It runs from 12 to 1 every single day, and the combination of the points you earn during that Twins Bingo combined with the points you guys earned earlier on in the season playing a little bit of Vikings Bingo gets combined for a great standings called the Twiking Zone.
Absolutely, and I'm going to hop right into these top 10 player standings because in 10th place we start off strong with Elsa and over at Titan Sports Saloon, who sits with 104,000 points. And now in 9th place we got Pooba over at Brian's Bar and Grill with 107,000 points. In 8th place they're closing in on Lucky Tim over at the Lakefront Bar, who has 111,000 points. But with 123,000 points, in 7th place we have Yo-Yo over at Halfley's Bar. 6th place is Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue, who has 136,000 points. 5th place is Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's with 148,000 points. With 152,000 though, in 4th place we got GTZ over at the Midi. 3rd place is Sinbob over at Bedrock, who has 176,000 points, but with 187,000 points. In 2nd place we have Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven. And in 1st place, still holding on to their rankings, it is Scrubby at VFW Blaine, who sits with 241,000.
Well, good job to those players. Let's get into the locations. 10th place, we got Main Street Pub in Kimball with 157,000 points. With 196,000 points in 9th place, we got VFW Blaine. 8th place, we get into the 200,000 point club as Carboni's Pizza CR Beards is sitting there with 207,000 points. With 254,000 points in 7th place, we got our place on 3rd and Faribault. 6th place is Steve O's and Crystal with 257,000 points. With 278,000 points in 5th place, we got Corner Bar in Goodhue. Then we got Eagles Rochester in 4th place with 283,000 points. 362,000 points for the 3rd place location, American Legion Fridley. 2nd place, Corky's Bar South Haven with 469,000 points. And then you just skip over the 500 and 600,000 point club, because with a whopping 754,000 points in 1st place, we have VFW Spring Lake Park.
That is super impressive, and I can't wait to see what kind of records are broken in this tail end of Season 11. But make sure you guys are coming out each and every day from 12 to 1 to try your hand at that Twins Bingo.
Hey guys, and we love RPGL nights. They're probably my favorite nights of the entire week. Tuesday and Wednesday nights. They're an absolute blast where you guys earn PGL points for those standings.
Absolutely, and you guys have been competing so hard for this top 10, so I'm going to let you guys know where all the players are sitting at. In 10th place, we start off with OE50 over at the Stanchion Bar, who sits with 1,048,700 points. Then in 9th place, we have Bucks over at the Rustic Saloons, who sits with 1,059,365 points. Then in 8th place, we got Reyes 22 over at the Old Town Tavern, who sits with 1,140,835 points. With 1,152,600 points in 7th place, we have Nixon over at VFW Roseville. 6th place is Sarah Honey over at Eagles Austin, who sits with 1,152,790 points. That's right, that's only about 100 points separating those two players. 5th place is Brizo at the Underground Bar and Grill, who sits with 1,263,970 points. But with 1,341,885 points in 4th place, we get Forget You D in at Eagles Austin. Third place is Big Dog over at the Rustic Saloon with 1,742,925 points. But then in the 2 million point club, we jump right into second place with Keith over at Billy's Rockford, who sits with 2,004,440 points. And our first place player, who's been holding on to the spot for quite some time this season, Bam Bam over at Stewartville Legion Post, sits with 2,133,180 points.
Those are some crazy point totals, but we get into even more crazy point totals when we get to the location side of things, because in 10th place we got Neighbors Pub Dover with 4,004,155 points. With 4,059,159 points in 9th place, we got Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato. 8th place is VFW Northfield with 4,314,390 points. With 4,327,730 points in 7th place, we got Leo Sports Bar in Mazeppa. 6th place is Poppers in Virginia with 4,903,239 points. With 4,988,400 points in 5th place, we got Neeson's Gaylord. And now we get into that 5 million point club, because in 4th place, we got American Legion Cleveland with 5,005,864 points. With 5,196,741 points in 3rd place, we got Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter, a big riser of last week.
Absolutely.
In 2nd place, we got Billy's Rockford with 6,303,814 points, and the number 1 location with 6,770,229 points. We have Third Rail Bar and Grill in Big Lake, absolutely killing it.
Absolutely. That's been super exciting to watch all these locations as well as players up in their point totals. Make sure you guys are coming out for MegaSota game night on Tuesday, as well as that Twins Wednesday on Wednesday night. And make sure you guys sign up at pgl.world to earn those points.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.